Radio.com. You can at least listen live, folks, and perhaps we'll have to redo our visuals at another time. I do apologize for these sound issues on this New Year's edition. It's not fun, but what is fun is that it's time for our Dream Team segment.
Yes.
And
if you're having a problem with Facebook, you're going to have to reach out to Facebook because WPBT
okay.
doesn't reach out.
They're
not responsible for Facebook.
Okay, well,
Thank you.
as I said, it's time now for our Dream Team segment. And many of us have spent the past few days reflecting on 2017.
Yes.
What went right, what went wrong, and you can come a little bit closer to
Yes,
me.
ma'am. Yes,
and
ma'am.
what could we do better? And now we're gearing up to crush it in 2018, but according to statistics, the reality is most people will make resolutions and goals and stop working on them within 10 days. Now, the people who actually succeed in reaching their huge goals usually have a coach. And of course, many of you know I'm a John Maxwell certified coach, speaker, and teacher. And if you ever need my services, I'll be happy to work with you. And today we have another coach in the house. Timothy White is a certified life coach and motivational speaker, the founder of It's All About the W, LLC. It's a company that motivates people to win in every area of their lives through speaking engagements, coaching, and hosting seminars. Now, Timothy is a family man, a husband, and father of 3. Welcome to Rise and Shine, and Happy New Year.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Now, first of all, tell us more about All About the W, LLC.
All about the W. Well, what we focus on is winning in every area of your life. When we think about winning, we think about sports. Everybody think about winning in sports, football, basketball, but we don't use that concept in our everyday life.
Absolutely.
So what we try to do is motivate people to take that same mindset, that winner's mindset, to win in everything that you do.
Winning in everything we do. And
Yes.
that's how we all become better.
Yes,
Better versions
yes,
of ourselves. And, you know, John Maxwell often says the hardest person to lead is yourself.
That's true.
And once you can get better at leading yourself, leadership at the end of the day is influence. Everything rises and falls on leadership, he says, and leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. And if we can have positive influence on ourselves and others, what a pleasant world
Yes, ma'am.
this
Yes,
would
ma'am.
be. So how did you get inspired to become a life coach?
Well, one of the main things I started having problems with was my health. Now, I wanted to take my health back, but what I wanted to do is take it back on my own terms. Having health problems is something that affect Americans, not just Americans, but Mississippians in general. Because as Mississippians, we're on the bottom of our health. So I was start having health problems, and I started making changes, started getting my health together. But what happened, I started losing a lot of family members. And when I lost my grandmother, in 2016. I lost my dad in 2012. Well, at that point, when I lost my grandmother, I knew I wanted to do something to help people get their health back. So that's how we kind of got started, because so many people were being affected. So we knew we had to do something to try to help people get their health back.
Now that you have this business, tell us about the fact it's now the new year. You know, it's typically the time when people make New Year's resolutions, and there are a lot of entrepreneurs on this show and that may be listening later. Tell me what it is that we can do as we kick off and jumpstart this new year. How do we make and keep our resolutions?
Well, the first thing we need to do is sit down and think about, what do we really want? What do you want out of life? What do you want to do in 2018? The main problem is we don't even set goals. We don't know what we want.
Right.
But once you really sit down and figure out what do you want, now you have the chance to sit down and put a plan together. And that's why a lot of times we don't succeed, is because we don't have a plan.
Right.
And if you don't have a plan, you plan to fail. So first
That's
thing
right.
we need to do is sit down right now and figure out, what do I want to do in 2018? What are some things that I really want to do? And once you do that, you can sit down and put yourself a plan together. Now, when we think about sports, every football team has a game plan.
That's right.
Everybody has a game plan, and what they do is they practice that game plan. So if you're gonna reach your goals, you need to sit down and figure out, what do I want? And once you figure out what you want, put your plan together. And when you get that plan, practice that plan and work that plan.
Yeah, and I also like to say, I think Stephen Covey may be the person who said it, you begin with the end in mind.
Yes.
And then you can almost work back and make your goals smart goals as well and make them achievable, and you can just make sure that you kind of see it. I also love the idea of vision boards.
Yes.
And I found this cool app that allowed me to take pictures of each of my big goals so that every morning I can look on my smartphone and look that I want to get this trip to Hawaii, that I want to help my parents, possibly relocate back to New York to be near the Grand. So, and I want to ace it in my real estate business and my John Maxwell coaching business. But looking at it every day, can help you. So, what else do you want to share about the importance of goal setting?
Now, if we're talking about 2018, there are three major goals, three major areas that I think people need to focus on.
Okay.
Number one is your health.
Your health is your wealth.
Your health is your wealth, because if you don't have health, that's going to affect your finances. That's going to affect your relationships. And that leads me to the other two things, the three things: your health, your finances, and your relationships. These three things are so very important, but it all starts with your health. So right now, if we're planning 2018, these are three areas we need to focus on.
And I know we were talking earlier, and you said one of the reasons about the health in terms of Mississippi in itself is because of the fact that there's so many problems.
Right now in Mississippi, not just Mississippi, in America, the number one killer of Americans is heart disease. Heart disease. Number two is cancer, and number three is a term called iatrogenics. That's come from doctor-induced, whether medications, false surgeries, things go wrong, but heart disease is the number one killer. That's our health. Now, your health affects your finances because heart surgery, that is very expensive. So no matter how, if some people may be at the point of retirement, but if they have some type of surgery, that's going to take the majority of their money. So if you're going to set goals, it all starts with your health. Your health affects how you operate.
The health.
It affects how you operate. So that's something I want us to focus on is our health. Now, I got down five steps, or 5 things that we need to use to win. If we're going to win, number one, I make videos every Wednesday on my Facebook page. But number one, I always say this, is you have to get your mind right.
Get that mindset going.
You gotta get your mind right. If you don't have your mind right, there is a chance for you that you're gonna fail. Because you're not really focused. Now, what you need to do to get your mind right is focus so hard on what you're trying to do. There's YouTube, there's Google, whatever you want to do, research it, watch videos. When we think about, I played football. I was a pretty good linebacker, I must say.
Okay,
but
where?
At Jimmy Hill High School. But one thing we did, we watched film. We studied our opponents.
Right.
So if you have financial goals, you wanna build your bank account. Okay, you need to study. Okay, what could hinder me from building my bank account? Okay, if you're dealing with high blood pressure, that's your opponent. You want to beat that opponent. So it's time to study. Okay, what will help me overcome this high blood pressure?
It's all about the W.
It's all about the W. You got to have that winner's mindset. So with the same principle that apply in sports, you want to use that same thing. You watch film, you study your opponent, you get your game plan and you practice, but you have to get your mind right. If you riding in your car, pop your CD in there and keep listening to that thing that you want to try to do.
Right.
And that's going to help you stay on track, stay focused, and get your mind prepared.
We've just got another minute or so left in this segment, believe it or not. What are the other steps?
Oh, the other step is stay focused, eliminate distractions. You got to eliminate distractions, television, different things like that, because you're seeing things that's going to hinder you from reaching your goal.
That's right.
Stay focused. Have discipline. That's the number one reason why we fail. We don't have any discipline. We say we're not going to eat sweet potato pie, and as soon as it come before you, you fall in and you have it. All right. The next thing is.
Why did you say that? I love that.
But if you got goals, you got to say, I can't do it. I can't do it. The next thing is don't quit. Don't quit. And then the last one, real quick, is keep believing.
Amen.
Keep believing, because if you stop believing, you're going to quit.
You know, we had a post on Facebook, and it was by, let's see, we had Napoleon Hill, whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe it can achieve. And
That's true.
we also asked a couple of our Facebook viewers to add their quote. And Lisa Jones Trust of Pearl loves the following quote by Mississippi native and media mogul Oprah Winfrey. Create the highest, grandest vision possible for your life because you become what you believe.
That's true.
Isn't that awesome?
That's awesome, but it's also so true.
Yes.
What you believe is what you're going to do.
Yes. And Michelle Chance Haynes of New York loves this quote from the Bible, have faith, and faith is that substance.
That's
and we have to have faith. It's the opposite of fear.
That's right.
Faith.
And since you mentioned that, it makes me think about the woman in the Bible with the issue of blood.
Mm-hmm.
She kept telling herself that she kept her mind right, and she kept believing, and she reached for what she wanted to get. And she got healed. But one thing Jesus said to a lot of people, your faith has healed you, or your faith has made you whole.
High five you.
Yes, ma'am.
That's
ma'am.
right.
That's
Your faith. We got to keep the faith.
Your faith.
Yeah, there
are
times that I have wanted to give up, but I have to keep going and believe. And sometimes I've relied on the belief of others in me, like my mom and my dad and my sisters. They really believed in me sometimes when I got a little low on my faith in myself, but I love it. Well, how can people reach you?
They can reach me at 601-291-8431, or they can email me at it'sallaboutthew38@gmail.com.
And we're going to put that information on our Facebook page as
ma'am.
well. And, that's all the time we have on this edition of Rise and Shine.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
again, earlier we had Ron Morgan of AccuTax, and now we have our life coach, Tim White. Thank you for joining us on this edition of Rise and Shine. Be sure to tune in next week for our New Year edition. And check out Rise and Shine Facebook page for more tips about how to achieve your goals in 2018. On behalf of my producers and everyone, Happy New Year from our WPBQ
Happy New Year.
family. I'm Dr. Sunny reminding you it's your time in 2018 to rise and shine. And we're still on Facebook Live at this moment. So, in a nutshell, tell us one more time how we can reach you.
I can be reached at 601-291-8431. Or, like I said, you can email me at it'sallaboutthew38@gmail. Or you can just simply find me on Facebook, Tim White, or It's All About the W. I have 2 pages. But we constantly motivate and encourage, especially churches. We love visiting churches, trying to help churches take their health back.
Awesome. That is so cool. I had a grant that actually let me help a little bit with getting people to get back into fruits and vegetables because churches, there's so many people who die of high blood pressure and kidney failure and all sorts of other things. I see that Sylvia Ross says, good morning, son.
Yes.
And Delo Degrees is watching, and Sandra Deere and Chanel Betty Boo Mason. Hello to all of you. Thank you for watching us this morning on Tim's Facebook page, Facebook Live. Yes, go ahead.
Now, another thing we mentioned about churches, but another thing we try to motivate people to do is start growing your own food.
Wow.
Mississippi, we have some of the best conditions to grow food, but we neglect the soil, and it's what God gave us. This is what God gave us. And we need to start back doing that.
Well, again, Tim White, life coach of All About the W. Happy New Year to everyone that's listening to us out there, and we hope that all your dreams come true. And if you need some help, call Tim or call myself. Hallelujah. Amen, and Happy New Year. God bless. God bless.